A lot of you will agree that a growth spurt can be rather awkward. In Mini's case though, it can only be a good thing. This here is the 2024 Mini Countryman and it has been stretched, which means more space. It's also been redressed inside and out and it's now available in petrol and electric forms. We're going to take you through this car, but in the meantime, this right next to me, this is the 2024 Mini Cooper Electric. We've also got a walkthrough through that, so if you want to check it out, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's get started. The Mini Countryman is in its third generation. As mentioned, it will be offered with a choice of petrol or electric power for the first time, with the plug-in hybrid version of the old model to be dropped. The Mini Countryman measures in at 4,433 millimetres long, 1,843 millimetres wide, 1,656 millimetres high, and sits on a wheelbase of 2,692 millimetres. In comparison, it's grown by a significant 120 millimetres in length, 22 millimetres in width, and 101 millimetres in height. But what does that look like in the real world? Now, I'm rather tall, I'm 173 centimetres, got some additional help today with these shoes, but standing next to it, yes, it does feel a lot bigger. To put it into context, in accordance with the BMW X1, its cousin, that is actually longer and wider, but this here is taller and sits on the same wheelbase. Let's take a look at the exterior design. Lots of elements have been carried over from the current model, like the blacked out pillars and also with the floating roof. But lots of things have changed on the side here as well. You'll notice now, like you see on a lot of the BMWs, these flush door handles, also squared off guards. This here they call a surfboard fin, which we haven't seen before, and that colour matches the roof. And then let's take a look at the rear. They've kept these very Mini-esque LED matrix tail lights, but the rear does look really different as well. It's very boxy but very clean. They've also moved the number plate used to sit here and they've now moved it to the rear bumper. And before I forget to tell you, this colour here is finished in smoky green. Styling in the front builds on that of its predecessor with a prominent octagonal-shaped grille and angular LED headlights. Two electric Countryman models have been unveiled from Europe. Both electric Countryman models use a 66.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery with a maximum charging power of 130 kilowatts. It's claimed to provide the Countryman E and Countryman SE with respective WLTP driving ranges of 464 kilometres and 433 kilometres. The towing capacity is put at 750 kilograms. Welcome to the cabin. First impressions last, and a good first impression. There's a lot going on in here, but in a good way. It really just pops. Now, one of the first big changes is the system in the middle. When you jump into a Mini, you know that your eyes will probably go straight to the display because it really is a standout. And no difference in this model. This here is a 9.4-inch OLED display. And also, if you know Minis, you'll know that there used to be an oblong instrument cluster sitting in front of you here. That has gone, and all the information that used to be in there is now housed in this here. So you'll find everything that you need in this display system, and that includes your driving information, your speedo, and also, I hate to say it, but your climate control lives in here as well. You do get a few little buttons down here, including a volume knob, but not much else in the way of physical buttons and dials and shortcuts. They've also removed the rotary dial that used to sit in the middle here, like you see in BMWs, and everything can be accessed via touch or by voice with the Hey Mini commands. As you see. Also, thankfully, I know that it's very Tesla-esque to have all of your information living in here when you're driving along, but all models in Australia will come, thankfully, with a head-up display. Let's talk about this trim. So there are 4 trims available. Again, if you know your Minis, this trim is called Favoured, and I'm told that it's similar to the Mini Yours. So with that, you get this beautiful vintage brown upholstery seat. You get a dark petrol vibe. That feel goes all around the dash and onto the doors. And this fabric here, it's actually a specialized knitted fabric. It feels really nice and it feels like it will actually wear quite well. This is also a two-tone, and again, that all comes with the favored trim along with a lot of cute design elements. What you can do in here is you can also personalize your cabin. So there are different drive modes in here, but there are also personalization modes for whatever color or whatever pattern that you want to pop up along your dash. So it might be vivid, balanced, trial. We'll have a bit of a look at that later. In the way of storage, I have to say, sitting here, it does feel really spacious, and you don't usually see a whole ton of space in a small SUV, but there's plenty of it. You get a little pop-up compartment there. You've also got, this here isn't actually a compartment, but you can move this forward and back. And there's plenty of little cubbies and cup holders in here as well. One thing to mention, in the old Mini, you used to pull up the compartment and pop your phone in there in the wireless charge pad. If it fit, it will fit in this one, this wireless charge pad, and it's a rather large size sitting right here. So it all looks really cool in here. Let's check out the back. Okay, sitting in the rear, seats feel really nice and comfortable. There's plenty of leg room. Toe room is great, as is the headroom. Now you can't tell because it's quite dark in here, but bright and airy with the large sunroof that spreads all the way to the rear. In the back here, you get 2 USB ports, you get your air vents, and there's also a fold down armrest with cup holders. The boot has 450 litres of cargo space, expanding to 1,450 litres with the rear seats folded. Pretty decent, but down on its competitors with the BMW X1 at 476 and the Volvo XC40 at 460 litres. The 2024 Mini Countryman launching around the second half of 2024. Pricing is yet to be confirmed, but we'll find that out closer to launch. Stay up to date at Drive.com.au. In the meantime, let us know what you think. Do you like the look of it? And would you buy one? Shout out to all the families out there. More space, it's been stretched, it's bigger, it looks great. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching.